pull up my question. So for anyone that is joining us live, this is Natalie. She is a longtime friend, one of the first people that I met when I moved here, and I freaking adore her. And we've kind of done little things here and there off and on. But she is going to come into the studio. So I'm super excited. So I'm going to kind of just hand it over to you. Why don't you tell people what you've been working on, why you're joining us, and what really it is that you can do to help our people?
Certainly. You're okay if I go through what you sent, like the topics?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So hey everyone. So yeah, my name is Natalie Beauchamp, and actually Melissa was probably like the second friend I made. I sold a gal my fridge, and that was the very first friend that I made because she came here and she lived close and we became friends. And because of that, I did markets, and that's where I saw Melissa when I was
You
at
didn't see me. You yelled at me like across the room.
But yeah, because I'd seen you online. I'm like, I know that person. So anyway,
Yeah.
so yeah, I'm so glad our paths crossed because yeah, you're right. It's been a great ride so far, and now we're collaborating even closer together, which is great. So I am a certified holistic nutritional consultant, and I am a functional nutrition practitioner. And Melissa and I have talked, and I've put together a program to help people to have healthier hair. So I'm going to talk a little bit about why nutrition is so very important when it comes to our hair, our nails, our skin, I mean, our whole body, but with a focus on hair, right? So I have my notes behind me here because I don't want to miss anything because I wrote a whole bunch out because I can go off on tangents. I know that. So I'm just going to try and stick with what we got. So why does nutrition play such a big role, right, in hair and skin health, right? So I really like to talk about this at a much higher level because truthfully, everything we put in and on our bodies, right, impacts our entire body, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
the absorption rate on our skin is absolutely incredible, right? Like it's truly amazing how quickly things get into our bloodstream. So we need to keep that in mind when we're challenged in a particular area, right? With what we're putting in and on our bodies, right? And our hair and our skin are a really, really good indicator of what's going on with how we're nourishing our bodies, right? Well,
Yeah.
or not so well. And I just want to put up my hand here and say, do you know what? Like, I love candy. Like, I know all the things you should and shouldn't do. You know, not all, but, you know, I know a lot about what you should and shouldn't do. And give me a bag of candy and you know, I get it. It's hard to be spot on all the time, but you do the
Well,
best
and
you
you want to enjoy life too, right? Like you can't live a life where you're like, I want a treat and I'm gonna like deprive myself. Discipline is one thing,
Right.
but being unhappy, like chocolate makes me happy. I get
Well,
it.
exactly, right? So here are three things that you can think about doing. You know, and again, small steps lead to big changes, right? That's you know, that's a big thing. So eat whole foods whenever possible. You know, whole foods meaning you buy the fruit, the vegetables, the meat. If you're buying something in a package, you know, you're buying the ingredient to make something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Rather than buying pre-packaged food. That's my first thing I would say.
Or
Drink.
be very mindful, right, of what you're buying. So, like for example, like we have Vibrant Life coming into the studio for all of your needs, but like it's prepackaged whole food, right? Like they're
No,
like,
exactly. Right. That's what I'm saying.
yeah,
I'm sorry. I'm talking about mostly at the grocery store. Like, you know,
yeah,
when we travel, right? We're motorcycle riders, and so we, you know, we ride all over the place. I always seek out, um, you know, Mexican or Indian restaurants because
yeah,
typically, you know, you can get good quality food in those places just based on the specific cuisine. You know what I mean? So
mm-hmm.
that's what we look at. Drinking filtered or spring water, and I'm talking spring water like that would come, you know, you would go somewhere because the water's running down the rocks and get, you know, that, but for your body weight, right? So the reason I say filtered water is any city water, any water that's provided to you from the municipality. Oh, excuse me, one second, municipal water.
No, I get that. Or just drinking water in general. Don't be like Mel and live on caffeine.
Oh, I mean, let me here. I've got my coffee. I love my coffee too. I truly do. But yeah, but drink. So you should drink half an ounce of good quality water for every pound of body weight, right? You should half an ounce for every pound of body weight.
Hmm.
So if you're 100 pounds, that's 50 ounces. If you divide that by 8, that's 4 glasses, 4 cups and 2 ounces, right? Like it's easy to calculate, and it truly makes a difference to how your body functions. I personally was actually not drinking enough water. I drank a lot, but I wasn't drinking enough. And I'm working with a traditional Chinese medicine gal and a herbalist. And my tongue, we've taken pictures of my tongue, and the width of my tongue has increased, and the thickness of my tongue has increased, because the tongue is also a huge indicator of the health of your body, right? Pretty cool
And do you
stuff.
have any tips for people like me that just like hate drinking water? Like I've tried lemon in my water. I've tried like those squirty drinks. Like I just hate it. Now I'm at the point where like it's, get up, force myself to drink water before I do anything else for the day. But like, do you have tips for people like that? Because I know it's a constant struggle with a lot of people.
Well, then I would suggest herbal tea, right? And you can do herbal tea cold or, or hot, right? I mean, for some people, drinking the water warm or hot works for them. Like my mom had a constant struggle, and actually we tried all sorts of different things, even to the point where I got her a bottle that was, yeah, it was charged. The bottle itself just had a cap that was charged, and it reminded you to drink every 30 minutes, right? Like she just needed a reminder because she truly, truly didn't like it. Excuse me. But herbal tea, like if you'd get non-caffeinated herbal tea, of course loose leaf is preferred, right? Good quality. But I
Yeah.
understand, um like at a PC brand, if you shop at the Atlantic Superstore, let's say, if you're in this province, or Fortino's or whatever, if you're in Ontario and further west, there are other parts of the Loblaw company, they have their own line of herbal teas that are pretty reasonably priced. And any sort of herbal tea will give you the same benefits, just as long as there's no caffeine, no artificial sweeteners, you know what I mean? Like just herbal tea, you can do that. And in the summertime, I will make up a big pitcher of, say, hibiscus flower tea or whatever. I will just do it cold over, like put it in, um, even start cold overnight. Like I have a jug that has like a sieve basically in the middle, a cylindrical sieve, right? So I can put the loose leaf tea in there, right? Put it in the water, leave it in there overnight, and then I just pull the sleeve out and the tea is ready, right? And then we drink that, you know,
Okay.
as and so there are different options. I was never a big fan of the, people put fruit in their tea, and that's what a cucumber, and that's what I don't like any of that either. I think
Yeah.
just like plain water. And right now I drink about 3 liters a day of,
Wow.
of plain water, right? Plus 4 coffees.
I'm like, I drink like 3 liters of coffee. I am not, guys, do not listen to what I say. Like, I do not practice what I preach here. Like, what I do tell you, the first thing you come in, your hair, your health, and your skin is all connected. And your weight,
Right,
right? Like, you
right.
are an internal being, and
Yeah.
everything is reflection.
Now I will say that I drink 4 to 5 lattes, which is a cup of almond milk and about 4 ounces of coffee. So in actual fact, if we're talking coffee, I drink about 2.5 cups of coffee a day,
Okay.
right? But I could drink. I sometimes I think, oh my gosh, I'm having another coffee, and I'm like, no, I'm just going to drink water, right? Because it's truly important. And the third thing I was going to say is we need to move more, right? A big
Yes.
a big thing that I'm going to talk about shortly is collagen, right? Collagen comes from, from we need to eat meat. And for people that are vegan and vegetarian, I understand. I was in your shoes for many years. I was vegan. Um, there are no plant sources of collagen, right? Like collagen comes from animals. And as we age, our production of collagen really drops. And collagen is
Mhm.
a big component of our hair, our nails, our skin, everything. I'm going to talk about it anyway. I'm going to talk about that in just a minute. So those are my 3 things. Eat whole foods wherever possible. Even as Melissa said, if they're prepared for you, that's fine. You know what I mean? As long as they start with good whole food.
Yeah.
Drink filtered or spring water, right? Based on your body weight. And I'm not suggesting that you have to go and buy bottled water. You can, I mean, if you want to do that, you can. Not my choice. You can have a filtration system in your house, even from your, you know, your tap to a jug. Those jugs don't work super well. I would look into those, right? But do what you can there, and
Get the water in you to start.
just move more, right? Just move more. That helps to the maintenance of your collagen and to maintain your muscle mass, especially as you get older. So why is nutrition so important, especially as we hit the middle stages of our life, right? So overall nutrition truly is so important at every stage of our lives, right?
Yeah.
But as we move into the middle part of our life, we need to be aware of two areas of nutrition that are really important. As I said, one of them I already talked about is collagen, and the other is protein.
Yeah.
So I'll talk about collagen first, right? So our bodies start to decrease the amount of collagen, right? It produces once we hit our 30s, and it goes down from there. And we can see this in our skin, our nails, our hair, right? How quickly we heal from bumps and bruises we sustain, right? Because collagen, here, I'm going to say collagen is part of at least 30 distinct functions in our bodies, right? It's for our structural support. It's for filtration in our liver and kidneys. It's for repair. It's for signaling. It's for vascular immunity. It's for hydration, transportation, tissue, and like tissue interfaces internally. And these span virtually every organ system in our body. Like collagen is really, really important. And specifically when we're focusing on our hair, it's for hair follicles and skin support, right, within the dermal matrix, which is within our skin construction itself, and also
Sorry.
the elasticity of our skin.
Sorry. I am listening to you. I'm like, I know my camera's bopping around like crazy here. I had to plug my phone charger in and it's not working at all.
Yeah, we're looking at your knees.
Oh, well, that's good because on my other screen, it's looking at my boobs. I'm like, just trying to find my face here.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know what is going on with it. Like, it's so weird. Is it my face that you're looking at now? Sorry.
Yeah, no, I can see your face. Yeah, and is your phone?
Okay.
Is it charging now?
Sorry. I was like, this was a total squirrel tangent, but if I didn't, my phone would die.
Yep, no problem. So
All right.
then
Sorry. Continue.
protein, and then so that was collagen, right? Like protein is really, can I tell you honestly, until I started digging into it more, I didn't realize how important protein is. I mean, at all stages of life, but especially as we get older, right? And I eat protein at every meal now.
Okay.
Not always meat. I honestly, I'm not a big fan of meat, but for health reasons, I need to eat meat. I have thyroid issues, and your thyroid really wants you to eat meat. So protein is needed for anabolic resistance, right? That is, you know, our muscles. Our muscles become less responsive, right? To the protein when we consume protein when we were younger and teenagers and young adults, right? That amount of protein was fine at that stage. But as you get a bit older, the way your body processes protein slows down, right? And if you don't eat more as you age, which sounded really odd to me until I dug into it, your muscles are going to diminish, right? And that's why exercise is also important. It's important to move your body. And
It makes sense though, because like I literally tell my clients too, like over time, your follicles in your hair start to diminish, like your whole body does. It starts to break down.
Right. But there are ways to manage that there, you know, through nutrition. I mean, you know, I understand people want quick fixes. Believe me, have been in a weight loss journey, you know, for the last 5 years, let's say. I'm actually following a program I offer right now, different from the one I'm going to talk about that we've developed for hair health. But, you know, and I'm on that journey right now. I have, you know, I've struggled with my weight, and I've struggled with making the right food choices, which is why I'm so happy that I'm able to help people to understand why, because I've been in the trenches, you know what I mean? Like I get the struggles. I truly get it. And for some people, eating meat is not something that they like, but there are other options, right? Like there are mushrooms and there are, you know, legumes, nuts and seeds, all that give you protein. And that's what I love about helping people understand more about nutrition, because there are truly lots of options. So I'll just say I don't eat gluten, dairy, or eggs, and people think I eat cardboard. If I shared with you everything that I eat in a day, I think you'd be shocked because the
Yeah.
meals are
Think
really.
people need to realize it's not like a one night fix, right? This is a lifestyle.
No, exactly. It's you have to change. I mean, you have to want it, right? Like that's the biggest thing is, right? You have to want it. And when you want it and you can see that it is achievable with help, I mean, we all need help along the way. If we, unless we're living on the top of a mountain by ourselves, we're surrounded by community and we need help from people. And I love being able to help people with nutrition, right?
Yeah.
We need protein because we have hormone shifts, right? When our estrogen and our testosterone, right? And the cortisol can, take over, right? We need to balance, right, between our protein and our other nutrients in order to help us manage our hormones, especially
Yeah.
for women as we move through the phases of menopause, right? Like there's nutrition can play such a big role. I
Yeah.
will say nutrition, like I focus on 4 pillars, right? Nutrition, movement, stress management, and sleep. Stress management, I wish I'd known a lot of the things I know now in my 20s and 30s. I would have been so much better at managing stress because your adrenal glands are a huge part for both for men and women as you move through the middle stages of life, and for women into menopause and men into andropause, which is a thing. It's not
Yeah.
discussed, right? It's not talked about as much, but it happens. And some men are more affected than others.
Yeah,
Just
and I'm gonna jump in and just add on to that too. And like stress is one of the leading causes of people, not just women, but people in general losing their hair. Like that's literally why I sit here with a red light therapy device, because like I have patches of my hair that when I go through certain stress cycles start to fall out of my head. And it's like again, it's a lifestyle commitment. It comes down to like making better choices and managing your stress, like finding better ways to release that. And like exercise, like you talk about, is one of the best ways. Like I now have a treadmill in my living room, and instead of going and binge eating the chips, I try and like walk aggressively on my treadmill for 5 minutes when I'm like upset or angry. And it's like it's just like a shift, right? Like
yes,
knowing what you're doing and then knowing, maybe what you could be doing to kind of substitute that's going to actually bring you the goals that you want.
right. Exactly. No, you're exactly right. It is it's the awareness and the decision to help your body, be kinder to your body. A lot of us have not been so kind to our bodies, knowingly or unknowingly, right? That's the
Right?
thing, right? And we
Especially
need.
in our early to mid late teen years with those, the binge drinking nights, and you get up and you're like, oh, I'm good. I can go back out and I've eaten, 3 potato chips and, 26 of vodka. And now we're like, oh my God, I can't even look at it and I'm dead.
For me, yeah, I know. I found mini ravioli. Like that was something for me. Like I absolutely love that stuff. I think about it now and I cringe, but I was, and I just open the can and eat it cold. Like I love that stuff. It was crazy. So
Right?
of course, amino acids are going more to your gut and your liver, right? When you're older, and not so much to your muscles. Again, this is back to why protein is so important, right? You've got inflammation and insulin resistance, which are both common with aging. Unless you've taken really, really good care of your body, you have some level of inflammation and possibly insulin resistance, even if you don't know that you do. You know what I mean? And so that also, as I have here, it blunts the signaling to areas of our body for muscle building and muscle maintenance when you've got those things going on. And
One thing I learned yesterday too, apparently skin tags are an early sign that you could be insulin resistant.
oh yeah, no, can I tell you, I'll be honest, I have some. I
Yep.
have some, and that's what I'm working towards. The program that I'm following right now is specifically to help balance your blood sugar, like keep you from being on a roller coaster, and also to help to lower your fasting blood sugar because you've got some level of insulin resistance,
Yeah.
right?
And it's crazy. Like these are the things that they don't teach you when you're
No,
young, right?
no, no. And of course, as we age, unless you are very, very committed, we don't exercise. I'm over 60. That's what I'm saying. So I'm over 60, right?
Yeah.
I don't exercise as much as I did, even in my 50s, right? So as we age, and that's why adequate protein for your age is so necessary, and moving your muscles. I still try. I'm not the best, honestly, at getting exercise in, but sarcopenia, right, is the loss of muscle strength and poor muscle tone. And you can see it if you look at some really elderly people.
Hmm.
You can see it, right? You can see it. And at some point in our lives, for a variety of reasons, we may get to that point. But the more you focus on keeping the muscle mass that you have, I'm not suggesting in your 60s you start trying to, become a bodybuilder. However, if you can have the knowledge to do these things to help yourself be more, you know, be more resistant to losing muscle,
Yeah.
it's going to serve you, well in your entire life,
And I
right?
think too with that, it's like, again, it's developing a lifestyle. Like for myself, I have a treadmill in my living room now. I have a set of barbells in my living room. And it's not about getting a 45-minute pound this out crazy intense stripping and split workout. It's, make sure I get on that treadmill for 5 minutes, 7 times a day. Make sure that, I do lift the bar multiple times a day. I'm not doing reps anymore. Like I have two young children and two dogs, and there's not enough time, but it's like I do get in there and I'll lift that bar up 3 or 4 times and I'll put it down and then I'll go do something. And it's like these little things, they do make a huge difference in the long run of things. And I think people need to give themselves grace and realize like it's okay to have like a routine that maybe doesn't seem traditional or conventional when it comes to dealing with your health, right? My boyfriend's always looking at me like being like, why are you lifting the barbell 4 times and then walking away? And I'm like, well, I mean, I could not lift it at all.
Right. So you
And
know what?
then what?
My husband does the same thing, Melissa. Like when we're watching television, he'll go and get he'll just stand up, he'll go and get his, dumbbells, and he'll do some curls in front of the TV for, 2 or 3 minutes, and then he'll go and put them down. Right.
Yeah.
And if we're watching, I mean, we typically watch things without ads, or I don't even think people say record them anymore, but I'm old. Record the shows and then fast forward through the commercials. But football season's here. We love watching football. So there's lots of commercials, right?
Yeah.
So on the commercials, he'll go and do a few, because we'll be in our family room where his exercise area is there. He'll go and do a couple of things on the ads, like do that sort of thing to keep moving. And you're absolutely right. You don't have to commit an hour a day. I mean, you can, like people can't see me, and those who don't know me, like I have leg braces, I have really bad arthritis, and I wish I could just go for a walk, but I can't. Working on getting back to that, because I was a runner. But I'd love to go for a walk. So taking an hour to go for a walk, even half an hour, even 15 minutes is wonderful, especially if you can get out in nature. Like being able to be in somewhere where you can breathe in the air and be around living things that have energy. I mean, we all have energy, right? And some people, I'm not, going woo woo on us here. Like everything has energy, whether we want to acknowledge it or not. And getting
Yeah.
out and being able to enjoy the outdoors for a walk is a wonderful thing. And that can be part of your movement. And if that's all you can do, that's fantastic. Getting your
Right.
body, when you move your joints, it lubricates them. It helps to maintain the collagen and the muscle mass that you have. Like walking truly, and I'm not talking about like, speed walking or anything like that, but it truly makes a difference. So you've got to
Yeah.
do what works for you and what you enjoy, because that's the other thing I learned. Like I said, I am not a huge fan of exercise. I love to run. And when my running days were over because of my knees, I've tried other things and I just can't find anything that resonates with me. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm not a fan of many other things.
I
I
get that because I tried to swim after I stopped running, and I was like, no, this isn't working for me, and biking doesn't work, and like it's hard, right? You find that thing, but like again, like it's like observing your lifestyle too, because like again, life is busy. Life is so busy, and it's like I don't have the time, but it's like you have this little device that you can take anywhere, and it's like you could even work and walk at the same time. You could work it like you could walk and meditate. Like
right.
there's no one size fits all. Like You could be sitting on the couch doing leg lifts, like whatever it looks like to you, just like making sure that you move, because it does. It keeps your body healthy, it keeps your mind healthy, and then it also keeps, your hair, your skin, like everything else. It just like it's all connected.
100%. Like that's the thing. So you just have to find what works for you and do it. And that doesn't mean, like, I see my husband, like he is an active bodybuilder, but he's always changing up the type of exercises he does and who he follows,
Yeah.
because he doesn't want to stick to the same thing all the time, right? So
Yeah.
it's finding what works for you. So it's really, so I'm going to talk about the promo that I'm going to offer in the new space, but I just want to, want to say, right? So your hair and nutrition, you just got to look at everything you put in and on your body, right? And
Yeah.
figure out, is this working for me or not? You said one thing, and I wanted to say that when we talked about, when I said eat whole foods, there's an app called Yuka. I don't know, it's Yuka or Yuka, Yuka, and it's free. You can get a paid subscription. When you get a paid subscription, you can type in the name of a product and it will give you its score out of 100. But if you don't have the paid subscription, which you don't really need, when you're in the grocery store, you can scan the UPC code on anything that you're buying and it's going to give you a rating. Now, I just want to say, so this app is developed in Europe. It's based on European standards, which are far higher than North American standards with respect to food quality.
Right.
And they're an independent organization. They are not funded by anybody. They're not sponsored by anybody. There is no bias here with respect to food quality. It's based solely on food science, with respect to nutritive value of foods.
Nice.
It is a great app to have just to scan anything. And I mean, you can't really, I don't wear makeup. I don't put anything on. Like I am just, like, kids call me hippie. Like, I don't put anything on my skin. Nothing. So, but you can scan your cosmetics. You can scan everything. It's going to tell you what's in there, whether, good or bad, right? And it's really,
There's one for cosmetics called Think Dirty, but that's cool that one does it all.
it does everything, right? And
Right.
if you scan a product that's not in there, you can enter it in. Like, you can enter it in and just put the nutrition information. I mean, sometimes you can just scan the label, take a picture of the label, but yeah, I've entered a few things in myself just so it can, develop the score. So yeah, it's a really interesting app to have, right? So that's the
So
thing.
blessed with technology. Like, I don't even remember what we did 10 years ago when this stuff didn't exist. I was
I know.
talking to Connor with that the other day, and I was like, I am so reliant on this little robot in my hand.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, before I moved into, holistic nutrition, I was a computer programmer for 30 years, right? So I love
Yeah.
technology. I love that world. Yeah, the advances have truly made our lives. I mean, of course, the goal of technology was to give us more time. I don't think it's done that. Um, it
I think if you're mindful of your time, it 100% does, because like I now sell online programs that I don't have, that I do once and I make money for it. That has given me back my time exponentially. I think
100%. Yeah. I'm working on one right now, actually, as well. So yeah, no, you're right. But the overall thing was that they thought we'd be working 2-hour days, be able to do our jobs in 2 hours, and it hasn't come to that. So
yeah.
yeah, eat whole foods whenever possible, right? Drink water to support your body weight, and move, right? For collagen and to gain muscle mass. Those are those are important. Think
Yeah.
about the collagen and protein that you're consuming. Um, I can speak to, some quality of different collagen products, right? If anyone's interested in talking about that. Just eating good quality meat is going to give you what you need,
Yeah.
right? So, in the new space, so uh, I am offering a holistic nutrition consultation that's geared towards your supporting hair growth, right? It includes a full history so I can learn about you and your lifestyle. I've got a 7-day generic meal plan that supports hair growth. I've got recipes for the meal plan. I've got a shopping list by food group for the meal plan. And I also have a shopping list by store location based on my recommendations. So I make recommendations within the meal plan, whether I indicate the specific brands and foods that I buy to support that. those are just recommendations. You can take them or leave them, but I wanted to put them in there if you were interested in that, right? So I've done another shopping list by store location. I'll just tell you, it's the Atlantic Superstore, it is Costco, it is the Meat Guys at the Moncton Market, and it is Amazon, right? Those are the 4 locations.
Dreaded Costco run.
Right, right. But those are the 4, areas or locations where my grocery dollars go. So this program is priced at $4.99, but as an intro special, because we're moving into this awesome space, it's offered at $149 for a limited time. So
yeah, and then if anyone has questions too for like either myself or Natalie, don't be a stranger. Like, feel free to reach out to us. You can actually access Natalie on our online booking system as well. Do you remember what promo code you set up?
I can look.
Okay, so we'll drop the promo code in the comments here. But if for some reason you've seen this and you don't have the promo code, you can still book in and then just let her know that you are looking for that promotion based on this video. But don't be a stranger too. Like, I'm not sure if you're gonna set your hours or whatnot, but like if Natalie's floating around the studio, I'm sure she's gonna take 5 minutes and she's happy to answer any of your questions. She's super approachable. Like, don't be afraid of reaching out.
Right. Yeah. No, 100%. I'm just looking at the deal. Yeah. Oh, I found it. If I click in it, what did I call it? Oh, intro special, all capitals.
So intro special. We'll leave this in the comments and I'll also throw the online booking link down there as well. But even if you're not ready to, dive fully into like a paid package, like reach out. We're happy to answer questions. Natalie's got a lot of resources too that I'm sure she can direct you to. Where do you want people to follow you? Is it your personal profile or where?
Yeah, it's my personal profile. So it's Natalie. If you just search for Natalie Beauchamp on Facebook, you will find me. I don't know why I'm not able. I was gonna dump it on anyway. I copied the link, but I was gonna put it on I was gonna put it here on Facebook, but Facebook is just not being
I've got promo code was, sorry, what was it again? Intro special?
Intro special, all capital letters.
This is the power of having 3 phones and a laptop going.
There you go. Yep. Are you doing it? Because I found it here, but if you're
I got it. I'm literally just hitting enter right now. Yeah, so if anyone has questions, reach out. What I'm going to do with this video too is I'm going to download this as long as it lets me, and then we'll repurpose it and stick it up on YouTube. And then we may potentially stick it onto the podcast that I'm also thinking about doing if I get my shenanigans together. So Connor is actually going to be coming. So Facebook just randomly dropped that podcast. I don't know what happened there. Anyways, all I was trying to say was my boyfriend Connor is going to actually be coming into the studio when we set up to help us really like get up and running properly. We're going to have a showcase room for all of the hair extensions. We're going to have treatment room set up for Natalie. And just kind of bear with us over the next couple of weeks. If you want to get into either my column or Natalie's column, feel free to use the Fresh Out online booking. If you can't figure out how to add her promo code, you can book in just the regular and we'll manually do it once you get in studio. So excited for us to all be on this new chapter, and I can't wait to show you everything that we have in store for you guys.